Sunday, man? I know you're nervous for the Rams, but you got to be a little enthusiastic after being there.
Bro, that game atmosphere was ridiculous. The energy, the electricity, that place was rocking. Anyone was there, and a lot of the Super Bucs fans were there too. The Bucs.
Tampa Tones. We are joined by Lee Goon tonight, host of the Pat and Aaron Show of WDAE, Pat Donovan. And it sounds like Stunna is bumbling a little bit. Going to put him on mute for a second until that gets a little clear. But we're joined by Pat
Donovan. It looks like
Donovan.
Stunna's hanging out with Cheech and Chong in a car with the windows up or something over there.
It does look like we got a little...
No, my camera's broke.
Howdy ho, howdy hey, how the hell are ya? Ho ho ho, hey hey hey. We're nearing Christmas. Hark the herald, let the angels sing. The holidays are here. Christmas is a couple of days away at this point, so we're nearing and daring our way into the heart of football season. We know what December football means. If your team's still alive, you're playing important football, and we got important Bucs football to talk about this Sunday and a lot of other good stuff to chat about as well here on the Buccateers on this beautiful Thursday night. We got a bowl game with South Florida. The beloved USF are in a bowl game tonight. The best college team in the state of Florida plays tonight. We'll go over that. And then Thursday night football as well here. So we got a lot of fun topics of conversation between beloved USF playing, Thursday night football, some Christmas chatter. We're going to go over our favorite Christmas movies. And then, of course, the big game on Sunday in the Battle of the Sunshine State, Bucs taking on the Jaguars. Tampa Tones here, and we're joined by three of our great co-hosts tonight. We're going to start with Stunna, how the hell you doing, brother? Welcome into the show. Hope you're preparing for Christmas. Hope you got everything almost ready, as we're only a couple of days away at this point.
Yeah, man, 'tis the season to be jolly. Everything's awesome. You know, family time's the best time. Great time of year, great holiday season. You know, I'm a USF alum, so I definitely pulling for them tonight. And just having a good old time out here in Tampa Bay. Go Bucs.
Yeah, let's go USF tonight again. I say it, the best college in the state of Florida, USF. I love their university, and I love everything they bring to the table. Not a big Gators or FSU or Miami guy, you know, a little too mainstream for my taste buds, but I do like Southern Florida, and I do like Florida International, the cooler of the two. But without a doubt, we're going to bring in Cats now. Cats, how the hell you doing, brother? Welcome in. Happy holiday season. Hope everything's going well for you, sir.
It's Merry Buckmas, and happy holidays indeed. Yes, go Bulls as well. Also USF fan.
Yep, go Bulls, and then, you know, go Bolts. We got a lot of plethora tonight. As Casey McCall is joining us on Facebook, we appreciate that. Everybody joining this holiday season. Al Bundy's watching on YouTube. They said they farted. Well, I hope you check your pants if you did indeed fart, brother. That's a scary thing. Sure. And then we got J-Lo hitting cleanup tonight. J-Lo, how the hell you doing, brother? Welcome in. Happy Bucksmiths. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. Happy USF Bowl night. Happy all of the above.
No, thanks, man. Happy Bucksmiths, man. It's a exciting time coming up. You know, Bucs football on Christmas Eve. Time to celebrate. Bulls playing tonight. Plus, we got our division opponent playing the Rams tonight. Go Rams. I hope they whoop the crap out of them.
Yep, we're going to get into that game and so much more here as well. Busy night of sports. The Godfather's joining in on Facebook. We got a lot of OGs in the building. Speaking of OGs, we're going to bring it back to the OG Sunday real quick. We're only going to touch on this briefly. The media, everybody's been talking about it. The Green Bay-Tampa Bay game at this point, as the Godfather says, hello, men. Stunna in 60 seconds or less. Quick thoughts on the Bucs game from this past Sunday. I thought it was an exciting one. I thought Baker played real well, and I thought, the wide receivers played well between Mike and Chris. You had the tight ends with Cade and Co. playing big. Rashad White played nice. Stunna, I know you were pretty much done with this team a couple weeks ago, have you changed? Have you bought back into this Buccaneers team?
Yeah, man. I just, I remember Mike Dick. We became a team today. We became a team, and that's how I feel about it because Baker showed up. He did his thing. He did a really good job. I don't know how good we're going to do, but I am encouraged by the Philadelphia kind of slumping and us kind of on the rise. I would like to play them again. I would like to beat them. I think that would definitely make our season if we could get some payback on Philly in the playoffs. Of course, in order to do that, we have to win the division. We pretty much have to win out or at least win the next two. And, Sunday we get the state championship game with Jacksonville. So a lot on the line. I have a lot of. I still am not encouraged by the defense, but I think our offense is finally showing up, and I think we're finally getting the ball to 14 and 13, and that's what we need to do to be successful. 2 Hall of Fame players, and those 2 guys need to be Mike Evans re-signed and Godwin given an extension, and they need to retire as Buccaneers. So I'm encouraged by Canales and the job the offense is doing. In the NFL, you can win in a shootout. All right. Bucs know that we're at that 2000 Rams game on Monday Night Football. We can win in shootouts ever since then. And it's all about beating the Saints and winning the division at this point and making Todd Bowles one of the top 5 coaches in Buccaneer history.
Yeah, Cats, thoughts on Sunday's win against the Packers? I thought it was a beautiful game. I thought a lot of Bucs good things came out of it. Can't really remember a lot of bad Bucs plays from Sunday. A couple of bad defensive blemishes, but that'll happen from time to time. But outside of that, I thought the Bucs played a clean, crisp game, and Baker Mayfield's stat line shows that by having a perfect passer rating. Cats, thoughts on the Bucs from not only this past Sunday's game, but 3-game winning streak at this point? Watch out for these Tampa Bay fellas.
Yeah, I think then this was the most complete performance of the 3-game win streak and of the entire season. They did play complementary football. Offense really moved the ball at will almost the entire game, especially in the second half. Defensively, not perfect, but every time it seemed that they needed a stop in the second half of the game, they were more often than not able to get one, and especially once the Bucs were able to open up a 14-point lead, they never let Green Bay get any closer. So that was important. And again, another shout out to both Chase McLaughlin and Jake Camarda on outstanding games. And McLaughlin, I don't want to jinx him, but boy, has he been good for the Bucs, kicking field goals. And Camarda, I believe, had one punt down inside the 10. It might have been inside the 5. So a shout out to the whole group. Baker was fantastic. Canales called a great game. I thought Todd Bowles called a great game. I really thought we saw KJ Britt step in and do a great job as well.
Yeah, KJ Britt's been doing fantastic. A lot of these Bucs players have been doing fantastic, and we're riding the wave. It's time to keep the momentum going, and that starts with a victory this Sunday. But J-Lo, last Sunday in the 3-game win streak, what are your thoughts on that?
Phenomenal. At least on the offensive side of the ball, defense looked a little salty, but toward the end they started playing better in the second half. And another thing I'm really impressed with is Rachaad White. He's really getting more confident running the football, or each time he gets the ball in his hands on a catch. I'm really thinking he's getting more confident. I like how he's just breaking ankles, shaking people out of their shoes. As far as the defense goes, they just got to keep getting more pressure on the quarterback and just get some stops. First half they look kind of sluggish. Second half they played better. And another thing, hats out to our kicker, man, Chase McLaughlin. That man's been so clutch on a lot of his field goals this year. Hats off to Jason Light for finding another good kicker to replace our Super Bowl winning kicker from the last couple of years.
Yeah, and that's what Light does best. He finds a hole and replaces it. And I didn't really have a problem with how we started outside the Baker fumble on Sunday, because if you take away that fumble, we pretty much shut the Packers out in that first half, right? They got those free points on the doorstep, but other than that, they looked terrible. They looked awful, and this Bucs team shut them down in that first half. And again, you take away that Baker fumble, maybe the offense gets something going there. I think we played a great whole game. Wasn't really anything to complain about outside the Baker fumble, really, and a couple of defensive blemishes here and there. Other than that, everybody I thought played fantastic. And leave it up to the great Co Keefe. Say it ain't so, Co. Say it ain't so to get that awesome touchdown on the goal line. It really replicated his touchdown from last year's game against the Browns, which I was at, his first career touchdown. So Mayfield throwing touchdowns to 4 different guys this past Sunday was incredible. And at this point, sadly, people are still talking the Devin White thing. Listen, I'm not going to talk about that here. I'm tired of talking about it. Our media's been going they're going over the top. The media's got to stop, and they got to stop now. It's been really ridiculous at how they've been treating this whole situation. Am I a fan of how Devin White handled it and how Bowles handled it? Not 100%, but at the end of the day, it is what it is. We can't do anything about it now. And instead of talking about that, these media should be really focusing on the good teams this team's doing. And this Sunday's game, I know Stunna is a big proponent of that as well, so I'm just going to get Stunna's opinion on this here quickly. Stunna, thoughts on how the media's been acting? I really think they're trying to cause a divide in this team sometimes. I really do.
No, they want to get us fined. It's the same haters, Rick Stroud, Florio, Jenna. They just want to throw mud on Bowles and get us fined. I mean, let's not forget that Rick Stroud is the guy that got our guys suspended for vaccine cards.
Pretty much he got Urban Meyer fired too.
He got Urban Meyer fired. I was about to get into that. A team he didn't even coach.
Sorry.
Didn't even cover. He got Urban Meyer fired. He doesn't even cover the Jaguars. So, our media is a bunch of haters, and then when Florio wants to get involved, he's just butthurt because he's trying to get coaches fined because, gambling and injury reports, blah, blah, blah. It's really none of the media's business. And he's lucky that he's not like Belichick and just tell them off and tell them it's none of his business, or put everybody on the media. And the stuff Belichick does is just unsportsman. But, as far as I'm concerned, they could get bent. It was a decision that Bowles can make, and he made the right decision because KJ Britt was tackling 33 in the open field and was doing some good stuff. So he made the right decision by our team. We won the game. They need to let it go. We need to focus on Jaguars being state champs.
Yeah, I agree with that. And he says also just not about the media. I don't care about Todd Bowles, and I don't care. Yes, that's what we're talking about, Al Bundy. But the point is the media is twisting it and canoodling it. And at the end of the day, they're trying to make Todd Bowles out to be a bad guy when, as Stunna said, Todd Bowles made the right decision for this team Sunday and started KJ Britt. Again, are we fans of Devin White? No. I know you're new here, Al Bundy. This is your first episode you're commenting, and we do appreciate you joining. But if you watch every week, we've been very critical of Devin White. We've been very critical of his play. But we're not going to sit here and question Todd Bowles. At least my podcast isn't. That's not the ship I run here. We're not going to question the head coach of the Bucs for these silly maneuvers. We're not going to take the same tactics of a lot of media members and go down that dirty road, because we got to talk about Jacksonville. We got to talk about bringing the team together. We got to talk about uplifting the spirits of the team. What say you on that, Katz?
Yeah, I agree. The media around here has always done a very poor job in general. When you talk about both print media, not crazy about how our local radio station handles this either. Jenna's also, looks for drama. They feed off of drama. Maybe it's like that in every city to an extent. Certainly, I don't really pay attention to many others, but yeah, they're just looking to create drama where there really isn't any. And it's been this way for a very long time, and I've been sick of it for a very long time. But I appreciate the fact that in-house, the way the Buccaneers are handling it is correct. And, Florio, in the words of Bruce Arians, you can write what you want, Florio. Nobody gives a shit what you have to say.
I think he may have that might have been the PG version of what Arians said about Florio. I remember when I was at the Arians Family Foundation golf outing, they asked him, as David Farrar is joining on Facebook as well, but they asked Bruce Arians, what are your thoughts on the Saints and what are your thoughts on Mike Florio? He goes, they're similar. F the Saints and F Mike Florio. And that was pretty awesome at the Arians Family Foundation golf out. And then, Todd hasn't been great, but you can't lie. During this 3-game win streak, you got to give the man his credit, especially last week. He coached a hell of a game this past week against Green Bay, went for it on 4th and 2 without hesitation. Dave Canales was emotional today because he knows what Todd Bowles brings to the table. I mean, yeah, sure, Todd Bowles hasn't had the greatest years, but he's done well enough to coach us to a division title last year and have us playing divisional title football in December when we were predicted by many media around the U.S. to be a bottom 3, 4, 5 team in the NFL. And I know a lot of haters and a lot of hate deserving, but Todd Bowles has a very big part in this 3-game win streak, especially this past week against Green Bay. I thought he coached a hell of a game. J-Lo, your thoughts to wrap up this silliness with the media and Devin White. And, you know, usually I'm big fans of guys like even J.P. Peterson and those guys, but they've been beating the wrong drum on this one, too. I think a lot of people got this one totally wrong.
I mean, you know, it is what it is. You know, reporters are going to say what they want to say to make their money and all that, to get, you know, clips and all that stuff. You know, at the end of the day, it's all about, you know, watching your team play every Sunday. That's what I mainly focus on. During the week, you know, let them practice, let them prep, get what they need to get done. Hopefully, when Devin White comes back this week, hopefully if he starts or he just rotates whatever they're going to do with him, hopefully he'll be more healthy enough to make an impact to where when you get to the quarterback and put pressure, that's where I think Devin White's best at is getting after the quarterback more than coverage, if you ask me. But as far as the local media, it's whatever. I mean, they're going to have their opinions. They're going to put whatever out there for clips. Mike Florio can go suck a dick. I don't really care about him. He's not a really entertaining guy, on my opinion. Yeah, I like J.P. Peterson. I like Scott Reynolds. I like some of the other guys in the media. But for the most part, you know, I'm all about Buccaneers football. I'm all about when Sunday gets here, that's when I start talking.
And we do want to give our quick condolences to Scott Reynolds as he lost his father, a essential Bucs fan and Pewter Report reader. And we do have some friends over at Pewter Report, so we just want to say our condolences to Scott Reynolds. Quick SR on losing his father. Sad stuff, especially around this time of year. Never easy for anybody to lose a loved one. So we do tip our cap and pour one out for Mr. Scott Reynolds and the whole Pewter Report family over there. But speaking of family, we're going to get into a little fun here before we talk Bucs football week 16. Sorry, now that they have 18 weeks, sometimes it takes me a minute to think of what week it is, but it's week 16. We have 3 games left on the schedule, but we're going to talk about some awesome stuff here real quick as it's the holiday season. It is Christmas time. We're going to talk about our favorite holiday movies this time of year. I've been watching a lot of ABC or AMC. I'm sorry. They've been doing a great job of showing some classics, you know, 8 Crazy Nights, Christmas with the Cranks, all that good stuff. But you can only have one favorite. We're going to start with the great J-Lo here. J-Lo, favorite holiday movie to watch this time of year, brother? Last week we did favorite drink this time of year. This week we're doing favorite movie this time of year. What's your favorite classic, J-Lo?
Ooh, tough one. I'm going to have to say The Grinch from 2000 with Jim Carrey. The Grinch Stole Christmas is probably one of my favorite movies of all time.
That was a good one. I remember seeing that one in theaters, and I was buying, you know, that one was one of my favorites. I was buying action figures of The Grinch. I was doing all sorts of stuff. So that one's a really good one. They've actually made a lot of good Grinches. I like The Grinch. I think it's one of the great series out there, you know. So, yeah, I'm a big Grinch guy as well. That's a good choice.
I remember seeing it in the drive-in years ago. It was a really cold out, hot cocoa, sitting on the top of the roof of a van, watching it. You know, it was a classic. One of my favorite movies all time, definitely. Christmas movies. I mean, I have many, but that's probably my top one, if you ask me.
Yeah, I like that a lot. That's a great choice. I can't blame you there, J-Lo. That is fantastic. Cats, favorite holiday movie around this time of year, if you have one, or if not, maybe a favorite episode from a holiday special, something along those lines.
Gonna have to go with National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation.
Yes. Yes, that has been one of my favorite to watch this year. I've never watched it so much until this month. I've always liked it, but I've been getting into it more and more. That's just really hilarious.
Yeah, Clark. All the National Lampoons vacation, Christmas vacation. And they're just fan-freaking-tastic, man, I'll tell you. But yeah, that's, if I had to pick one favorite, that's got to be it. I
I
like
guess
Home Alone as well. If that's considered a Christmas movie, I always like that one as well.
I would consider it between, Thanksgiving, Christmas. I would consider Home Alone a holiday movie for sure. I think the only bad thing about National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation is all the Bears and Blackhawks gear they're repping all the time. But, other than that, it is a fantastic movie. And Clark Griswold cracks me up, man. Whether he's lighting the house and nothing lights, or whether he's stapling himself to the roof. Just a lot of classics in that one, and I really do like that one as well. I think you two have both mentioned good ones. Stunna, you're not going to disappoint, are you?
I think it's a tie between the California Raisins Christmas special and the Christmas Carol with Scrooge McDuck.
Oh yeah, Christmas Carol. That is a classic with Scrooge, and really a good one. Really a good lesson about the holiday there. If I was in between a couple, well, I could only pick one, right? That's what I told you guys. So I gotta only pick one as well. I love National Lampoon. I love Christmas with the Cranks. Those are some solid ones. I love A Christmas Story, but my favorite, I watched it last night, watch it every year with the lady or my brother. I love The Family Man with Nicolas Cage, and some might argue, is that a Christmas one or not? I think it is because, the whole plot is on Christmas Eve and kind of the whole meaning of family and stuff behind the holidays. So I'm going with The Family Man with Nicolas Cage. That one really gets me. It's funny, it's sad, it's all the emotions all in one. And it really teaches you the meaning of, hey, be close to friends or family if you do have some. So, I'm going with that one, but all solid, gentlemen, all very good movies there. Nothing to complain about, nothing to fuss over on my end there. Very good list there on the Buccateers' favorite Christmas movies. And we will have more lists with our holiday specials. We have 2 more holiday specials. It'll be Sunday morning breakfast with the Buccateers. Time to be announced on that. Obviously, that's Christmas Eve. That's a holiday, but it is NFL Sunday. So we'll be here for some sort of breakfast. It'll be a shortened edition, probably only half hour or so, but we will be here Sunday. And then Monday, if we win, we'll be here with the morning post-game show, Christmas Day special here on the Buccateers as well. Speaking of special, we've been doing giveaway specials, 12 days of Bucsmas this holiday season between now and the New Year's, and we've done 5 of the 12, and tonight will be night number 6, so be on the lookout for that. You can win stuff over on our X at Buccateers, BUCCATEERS. We've been giving away great things such as mini helmets, signed memorabilia, jersey cards, rookie cards, T-shirts, flags, koozies, sunglasses, you name it, anything Bucs we've been giving away. That'll be a lot of fun. Remember, night number 6 of 12, the giveaways will be halfway over after tonight, and they're very simple to participate in. All you have to do is repost our X post, follow one of our Buccateers members, and then follow us on X as well to enter the contest. So never a bad thing, never a dull moment when you could win free stuff. And some of that free stuff might be our new merch. We have new Buccateers merch, and you could take a look at it over on our Instagram at Buccateers Pod. We have Hanukkah long sleeve shirts, Christmas short sleeve shirts, and they're available for a limited time in a very limited quantity. So contact us on our Instagram page if you're interested in getting one. If you don't win one in one of the giveaways, they are available for sale. Very limited quantity of them. Go over to our Instagram at Buccateers Pod. We sold 2 of them the other night. It's been very good stuff overall over there. Speaking of good stuff, we hope to turn our 3-game win streak into a 4-game win streak this Sunday against Jacksonville. And we're going to be giving our score predictions here. Hopefully we could turn it into a 4-game win streak. Without further ado, we're going to hand it over to J-Lo. J-Lo, thoughts on Sunday? How do you see it shaking out? What's your score prediction for the big one on Sunday, brother?
Well, I will be there. I was very
Yeah, you
impressed.
will, right? That's going to be
Yeah.
awesome, man.
Yeah, my uncle is season ticket holder, and he gave me his tickets to take my 12-year-old. So I'll be taking her celebrating Christmas at the Bucs game.
Can't have much better Christmas gift.
I mean, telling you, to me, that's the best gift ever. I don't care what anybody says. Going to a Bucs game, it's always fun, no matter what the record is. But at least this time, we're competing for something. And no matter who plays, whether it's Sunshine, Trevor Lawrence, or if it's CJ Beathard, either one, I'm really not intimidated by them. I feel their defense is probably just as bad as the Packers, maybe a little bit better if you ask me. I feel like this offense is finally getting Chris the ball. I like the way Rashad's playing. I think we'll be able to get a good little balance going between running the football and throwing it. The defense was a little suspect, but I know we're going to be getting some players back. I know we got Carlton Davis coming back. He's been practicing all week. Vita Vea he was full participant today, I believe, on the turf toe. So, I mean, it's looking really good right now. We're getting some guys back. We'll see what Devin does, whether he starts or rotates. Either way, to me, I think his best trade is blitzing after the quarterback. So I think on third down plays or blitz packages, you put him in there. But it'll be fun. I mean, my prediction, I don't care who plays at quarterback. I think it's gonna be the same way because they're both injured. And I like the Bucs 28, Jacksonville 23.
I like that score a lot. And remember, if you are tuned in on YouTube right now, to hit that subscribe button, turn the notification bell on, and you could keep up with the Buccateers greatly and all of our score predictions weekly as J-Lo leads us off 28-23 Bucs. Stunner, are you thinking similar, or do you got a different slicing of the cake?
I got Bucks 17, Jacksonville 13.
17-13? Love it. Cats?
Yes, 17-13. Low car defensive game.
Defensive battle, and Jacksonville's defense has been coming along, and their defensive coordinator's former Bucs assistant coach Mike Caldwell, who's been doing a good job over there. So Mike Caldwell has been helping out this Jaguars defense become relevant and more relevant by the day. So Mike Caldwell, revenge game, hopefully not, as he comes back to Tampa. Funny, because Byron Leftwich was supposed to go be the head coach over there, and the only coach they ended up getting was Mike Caldwell, who probably, they dodged a bullet by not getting Byron, hiring Doug Peterson, and now they have Mike Caldwell leading the way over there. Cat, score prediction, brother, what say you on how this cake shakes?
Yeah, I see this being a tight one, but I like the Bucs in this one, 27-24.
I like that as well, and I'm going to go with the Bucs obviously winning this one on Christmas Eve. I think they play a really tough game. I think they play really good ball this Sunday. I think it's crisp. I think it's clean, but the Jaguars are a good team, and even with CJ Beathard, they might be able to play a little manageable because Lawrence hasn't really killed it this year. I'm going to go with 26-17 Bucs. Not a blowout, but a more comfortable win, 9-point win, 2-score win for our Tampa Bay Buccaneers on Christmas Eve. J-Lo, player of the game, who helps us get to the 28-3 victory?
I say Rachaad White. He's been on fire. He's been helping great on the passing play, and he's scoring, I think, the last 2 or 3 games. So give me Rachaad White, player of the game.
Cats, who are you rolling with for the player of the game? Are you going with Rachaad White? You heading elsewhere?
I'm going to go with the same player that turned out to be the player of the game, or one of the players of the game this prior week. I'm going to go with Chris Godwin.
I like that one a lot, and as J-Lo mentioned and many of others, when we give him the ball, he does great things. We've seen the end around a couple weeks back. He scored on it against Atlanta. We see Chris Godwin making all those catches this week, or not against Atlanta. That end around was against Carolina, but then we see Chris Godwin get about 50-something receiving yards last week. This past week, he goes over 100. I think that's a good move. Stunna, player of the game for you, my friend?
Shaq Barrett, number 7.
I like that pick. I think Shaq is going to have a big game. You could feel a big Shaq game incoming sooner rather than later. I definitely agree with you there. And I'm going to go with my player of the game. Give me Kalijah Cansey. I think he helps stop not only ETN in the run game, but whoever the quarterback is. I think Kalijah Cansey does an incredible job out there, and I think he has a really, really good game out there, Mr. Kalijah Cansey does, and we all predict the Bucs to win. Scores one more time: J-Lo 28-23 with Rashad White as his MVP. Stunner 17-13 with Shaq Barrett is his MVP. Cats 27-24 with Godwin as his MVP. And Tones 26-17. Kalijah Cansey MVP. Speaking of MVP, we got a couple of fun games tonight. We got a bowl game with South Florida and Syracuse, the Boca Raton Bowl. We got a very meaningful Thursday night game, as J-Lo mentioned. It almost feels like a playoff game, right? You got the Saints and you got the Rams. The Rams are fighting for wild cards. Saints are fighting for the NFC South, their wild card. So it's going to be a great football night. A lot of big stuff on deck. J-Lo, we're going to have you preview the bowl game here. We got Syracuse, USF. USF is a 3-point underdog in this one. It takes place in the Boca Raton Bowl, so that'll be a fun bowl right there. And you really got USF hoping they could play over 500 football with first-year coach Mr. Golish, and if they win tonight, they do just that. They go over 500, and really, I think USF's been pretty happy with their quarterback play to this point from Mr. Byram Brown. I think he's had a very good going at quarterback so far this season, and he'll look to continue that tonight.
No, I couldn't agree more. I've been watching a little bit of USF here and there. I like what Golish is doing with the program. I was pretty disappointed they didn't get Deion Sanders last year in the offseason, but it's all good. Golish is doing a good job. I never thought he was a bad hire. I thought, it would take him some time, and I think he's definitely exceeded the expectations. I mean, he's got them, at 500, got them in a bowl game, to where I think next year they might be able to contend for the conference championship next year. So I say give them the Bulls and Boca Raton. I think them being in Florida gives them the home field advantage. I don't know Syracuse too much, I don't really know too many of their players. I know Sean Tucker came from there. That's all I really know. But for the most part, give me the Bulls, in the Boca Raton Bowl. Points, I say give me the Bulls at 28, Syracuse 17.
I like that. That's sounding good to me right there. I like that. I think the Bulls do pull this one off as well. From college football to NFL, Cats, we got a good battle tonight in the NFC with the Rams and Saints. What say you? How do you see this one shaping up? Amazon Prime, 8:15 Eastern tonight. Rams Saints feels a little bit like a playoff game.
Yeah, big game for both. Obviously, it's got some implications on the Bucs, so the Bucs control their own destiny. But big game for both teams. I've been impressed, honestly, with the Rams this season. I really did not think that they would be in the picture here this late into the season. You got to give Sean McVay and his staff a lot of credit for that. And at home, I like the Rams tonight over the Saints. I'll say 23-20. I think it'll be a very close game. It usually is between these two opponents, but Rams are a close one.
Yeah, it's usually a really fun game when these two square up and take flight under Thursday Night Football. And, the Saints are fighting for Dennis Allen's coaching career, it seems, out there. And the Rams are fighting for the continuity of that football team, right? They're flipping the page. They're getting a little older. They're trying to stay consistent, and they need to really make the playoffs and dive deep in order to do just that, playing continuity and consistency for football. Stunna, we'll go with you for Thursday Night Football game tonight. What say you?
I like the Rams, but Saints been playing good ball lately. But the Rams, McVay, he's just, they're going to score points. He's just really good at his job. And the Saints have a good defense. They really look good lately, but I don't see them keeping up with the Rams.
Yeah, they have a nice 2-game win streak going. Saints are trying to make it 3. As you said, their defense has been playing incredible, and really they kind of killed, all the DeVito hype in the world, right? That guy, very subpar quarterback. He was getting a lot of love. Went into New Orleans last week. They smacked him around. So hopefully this Rams fare better. I think they will. Obviously, they're a better team than the Giants, and they're a better team than the Panthers, who the Saints' 2-game winning streak is against. So not the craziest of 2-game winning streaks by any means. And I think the Rams continue their mini hot push. I think they win tonight, and I think South Florida ultimately wins tonight as well. Syracuse has had a couple of bad seasons. They've opened up well the past 2 seasons. This past week they started off 3-0 this year, and then they started off 6-0 the year before, I think. And they barely made a bowl game this year, and last year they just crashed down to earth. So give me USF in that one by at least 7, and give me the Rams tonight as well. And it's going to be a great night for sports, fellas. It's one of those nights, and we got a lot of action going on. We even got the Lightning on, Cats. Quickly here, while we got you talking Lightning, any update on them? How have they been doing? How have they been hanging in there?
It's been a mixed bag, to be sure. They've been kind of alternating wins and losses here for a while, which ultimately is not good enough. But they've hung in enough to where they're right on the edge of the playoff picture. Actually, they would be in a playoff spot, although there's other teams that have games in hand. Unfortunately, they played more games than a lot of teams. So we'll see what they can do tonight. Vegas, obviously, a great opponent, but they are coming off a nice win against St. Louis after the long road trip. And they are back at home, so it would be really big for them if they get a win here against the Golden Knights before the holiday. And we'll see what happens. So, yeah, it's been a mixed bag, though, I would say, for the Lightning.
Yeah, they need to, just find a way to make it in the playoffs. Sorry for the interruption. They got to find a way to make it into the playoffs. As Vasilevsky, not the healthiest cat, no pun intended, this season. He had that big injury to begin the year. Now they're trying to right the ship, and that's one of those veteran teams still. I know they have some young guys now as well. The roster is flipping over a little bit more and more each season, but they're a veteran team where if they find their way into the playoffs, they're going to be dangerous. So just get in there and see what happens. And, I enjoy watching him, and I'll have him on tonight as well to see how the Lightning end up performing, fellas, on this wonderful Thursday night in the midst of the holiday season. J-Lo, before we get to our final words, we always have our one big things and walk off. What is yours, my friend? What's your one big thing and walk off to watch out for this Sunday, or from now until Sunday when the Bucs go toe-to-toe with foe of the Jacksonville Jaguars, the battle of the Sunshine State?
Well, my big thing is that Bowles is doing some good things on this 3-game win streak. I know a lot of fans want him gone, don't want him here, looking for new head coaches. But like I said, like I told people in the past, it could be worse. Trust me, we've been in worse predicament than this as far as coaching. And I feel like Bowles is doing the best he can do. And I feel like the players want to play for him. They want to win for him. That's the big difference from the past coaches we've had in the past. I feel like these guys want to win for Bowles. I mean, look at Dave Canellis. Canellis got emotional. That, to me, when you see a grown man show emotions, that shows that this team is about top Bowles. And I'm leaning more toward now. I'll put it right now. I said he was going to be gone. I think if they make the playoffs, he'll keep his job, no matter if we get blown out in the wild card or not. Fans just need to wake up and cut this whole tanking, because the tank is over with. We're already out of the top 10 draft picks anyway. So they need to just go ahead, root for your team, hope for the best. And like Stennis said earlier in the show, the Eagles are, they're kind of sliding down a little bit. They're not looking like they were last year. And I would love to play them again here in Tampa. And I think we would win in the wild card game.
And we'll see what happens here the rest of the year. Cats, one big thing and walk off looking out for Sunday. You have anything new to point out, or are you with the same as J-Lo? You think about the Bulls situation? What's your one big thing you're watching out for?
Yeah, I agree with what J-Lo said, and yeah, it's kind of been a tough couple weeks for the people who want to see the team lose. That's tough on them, because now all of a sudden that is way in the past now. I mean, they are now right in the hunt for both the division title and even a wild card. They played good football. They went in and knocked off Green Bay. So that is over. And I hope for the people that were rooting for losses, that's just tough shit on them. And yeah, let's keep on rooting for this young, this football team. They're playing hard. They are playing hard for Todd Bowles. You can tell, no matter what we think about him, obviously, and we don't always, love the guy. But if you're gonna give someone the blame when the team's losing, which we all have, you got to give them credit at the same time when they're playing well, and they have been playing well. And Todd Bowles deserves a share of the credit for that.
Yeah, he definitely does. And Olivia says, Merry Christmas, fellas. Thank you. Merry Christmas as well, Olive. We hope every viewer out there who celebrates is going to have a great Christmas. As he says, Eagles are not the wild card team. It will be the Cowboys. Look at their schedules. I don't know about that. The way the Cowboys have been playing, they're a lot more superior of a team. The Eagles this season alone has lost to the Jets. They lost to the Seahawks. I mean, Eagles are vulnerable. The Eagles aren't this big, bad, scary team that everybody assumes they are. They're going to be the wild card team. The Cowboys will be the division winner. I'm pretty confident in that at this point in time. My one big thing is this: keep winning football, because you see on X, you see it day by day. The fan base is starting to turn. They're starting to, the losers who wanted us to lose are starting to weed themselves out and change your attitude into winning again. And it's funny, I'm in a group chat where a lot of people had the loser mentality of wanting to lose for whatever reasons, of either getting draft picks, firing Todd Bowles. And I posted in there earlier this week, I just said, man, it's good to see a lot of people turning around their mentality, right? A lot of people turning around their mentality about the team, and even people in there still said, well, this or well, that, what do you want us to do? Be negative. It's like, so, they're the type of people who have multiple narratives. They do it both ways, so it could be safe for them, right? So the Bucs, continue to do your thing, and your real supporters will continue to support you. None of this losing phony baloney. I'll never root for that. As Al Bundy says, Cowboys play Miami and Detroit still. Yeah, well, Miami hasn't been that great lately, and Detroit hasn't been that great lately. Giants twice and Cards once. Yeah, well, Eagles will lose one of those to the Giants for sure, and you never know, Kyler Murray and the Cardinals, how that could go. So again, I still like Cowboys. Miami hasn't been that great, and neither has Detroit of late. But that's my one big thing in walk-off, is real fans continue to support your team, because you never know what could happen. Hence this 3-game winning streak. Now a lot of people look foolish for digging into mock drafts as early at that 4-7 point in time. Stunna, final word. What's your last word, buddy, for the program?
Draft day is like the Super Bowl for Bucs fans, and we're kind of conditioned to always look forward to the draft. And that's like a holiday in Tampa. So don't be mad at those guys. And I'm just looking forward to this holiday season. We have 2 big home games back to back, one for the state championship, one for the division title. And we don't really hate the Jaguars because we always own them, but they always show us animosity. And also the Saints, we always hate them because of their arrogant fans. So it's going to be a lot of fun watching the Bucs win, and these are teams we hate lose, and the haters, like you mentioned, cry a river. Go Bucs, fire the cannons, and happy holidays and Merry Christmas.
Absolutely, Stun, and I think you hit the nail on the head. Everything outside of, you got to let the draft people be. You got to give them a little crap. Cats, final words for the program, brother. It's another fun one, and hope all is well with you, my man.
Thank you. Yeah, I just want to wish. I agree with what Sutter said. That is true. That it has become, given our history, it often is like a holiday, like Christmas morning. That is almost like Christmas morning for a lot of people. And for some, I understand it. For others, you seem to want to embrace the losing. I just enjoy the winning too much, because you never enjoy every win. You never know how hard they're going to come by, and oftentimes they have hard to come by. But I want to wish everyone a Merry Bucksmas and happy holiday season. You can go Bucs.
Yeah, Merry Bucksmas indeed. As the Bucs are playing a hell of a great December. They're playing every game just as great as he can to this point. I know the Carolina win was a little sloppy, but so was the weather that day. We'll see if they could continue to do so against the Jaguars. Then if you beat Jacksonville, you all of a sudden have a couple good wins against some potential playoff teams, right? You beat the Vikings, you beat the Packers, you beat the Jaguars, and all of that good stuff. So you beat the Jags, and people start shutting their mouth as well. J-Lo, final word for the program before Sunday's show, brother?
Yeah, man. Merry Christmas. And all the people shopping out there the last minute. Be careful. Be safe. And, let's enjoy some football tonight, fellas. Let's enjoy some hockey for Lightning fans. Go Bolts. And we can also enjoy watching the Saints get their ass kicked tonight. I think the Rams are going to put it to them. And at the end of the day, Buccateers, baby. Like I said, we'll be back on Sunday. Sunday Fun Day.
Sunday Fun Day and Christmas Eve holiday special. We will be here Sunday morning breaking down all your great Bucs news, Bucs notes, Bucs injury report. It is a game day, so we'll obviously be here on the Buccateers. We're also going to be on Breakfast with the Buccateers. As the Godfather says, see you Sunday. Our biggest fan, the Godfather. We love you. We love having you. You're always tuning into the program, so we couldn't thank you enough, Godfather James Rubright. Kenneth Rubright's in the house. Ed Shaquille Rabas is in the house. A lot of good Facebook folk in the house, and tonight's show is pretty lit. It's been a lit one, no pun intended, for the holiday season. It's been really fun, and we appreciate all you Buccateers fans that tune in and you Bucs fans that tune in, and that's why we do the 12 Days of Bucksmas, to give back to our fans, give back the listener of the shows. We give away some great things, and you guys have the chance of winning more great things tonight on the 12th, or 6 out of 12. Tonight, 6 out of 12 on the 12 Days of Bucksmas. Going to be giving away more great stuff tonight. But everybody, between now and Sunday, we'll see you guys Sunday. If you have celebrations the next couple of days, please be safe. Have a happy holiday season and a very Merry Christmas if you do not catch a Sunday special of the Buccateers. But everybody, be merry, be jolly, be calm, be bright, be all in between, shine like a diamond. We love you guys on the Buccateers, and it's 3-2-1 touchdown Tampa Bay. Baker Mayfield finds his man in the end zone, and it's a touchdown. Bucs win. Bucs win. Tone Stecker off air. Fire the damn cannons. Go Bucs. Go Bucs. Kate Otten wins us the game. You are ridiculous, Baker Mayfield. Until next time, fellas, have a great, great Thursday. Enjoy.
Happy birthday, Mike Allstar.
Happy birthday, A-Train again. Met him a couple of times. He's a great guy. A-Train, everybody. Great guy, right? Yep.
They get your Buccaneer coin for holidays.
Exactly, fellas. Cats, any words for Elstott really quick?
Mike Allstott, wonderful player, wonderful person. I ran into him at Chili's this past summer. He was incredibly cool. I met him 20 years ago, so it's cool to meet him again all these years later. Just a wonderful guy and a great guy in the community as well. We love you, Mike. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, and once again, our condolences to SR's dad. Scott Reynolds, a Pewter Report, has lost his father due to a battle of cancer. And then happy birthday to the Go A-Train. See ya on Sunday, everybody. Go Bucs. Be on the lookout for a giveaway tonight. 12 Days of Bucksmas continues tonight on the Buccateers. Adios, everybody. Fire the damn cannons. Go Bucs. Enjoy your Thursday night of football.
Love you guys. Be safe, man.
Be safe, brothers. Game on Sunday, man. I know you're nervous for the Rams, but you got to be a little enthusiastic after being there.
Bro, that game atmosphere was ridiculous. The energy, the electricity. That place was rocking. Anyone was there, and a lot of the Super Buck fans were there too. The Bucs.
Tampa Tones. We are joined by Lee Goon tonight, host of the Pat and Aaron Show of WDAE. Pat Donovan And it sounds like Stunna is bumbling a little bit. Going to put him on mute for a second until that gets a little clear. But we're joined by
It
Pat
looks like
Donovan.
Stunna's hanging out with Cheech and Chong in a car with the windows up or something over there.
It does look like we got a little.
No, my camera's broke.